Good morning, everybody. It's me, the wonderful Hello Rodney. Hello. Good morning, everybody. It's Hello Rodney. I'm Hello Rodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. Well, I want to show you my new work. There it is. This is I put on my glasses. I had a hard time putting on my glasses. Why am I having a hard time putting on my glasses? Yeah, what are you going to do? This is the clay from my place. And this is the first piece, officially the first piece that I made from the clay from my studio here. As I'm looking through this little viewfinder, there are some really, really interesting things that I wish that, well, I'm going to have to go ahead and I've got a camera that I can use, a better quality camera that I should be using for this. This is my flip camera that I've used for many years. I just wanted to show you this. That's a fairly large piece. There's let's do it this way. So you can see that is a fairly large piece. It's not massive. It's right at, it was about 17 and a half. And right there it's about 12 inches. And it's about 4 inches deep. This piece is very, very interesting piece. You know, the thing about ceramics, about my work and the things that I find interesting are the things that are, basically there's this thing in Japanese ceramics called wabi-sabi. And I think it's based on, you can look it up, W-A-B-I-S-A-B-I. And I believe it comes out of Buddhism. And it's about the incomplete and the imperfect, the impermanent. And this is a beautiful piece. And this is very fascinating. This is turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. Now, there was no intention of this thing blowing up like it did. But because of the way I work, if you're supposed to do it one way, I do it the opposite way. Because if it's been done that way a million times, then why go to the problem of doing it 1,000,001 times? And so this piece right here turned out to be one of those pieces. And it's just, for me, it's just a joy. It's, you know, it just, you can see it's just broken. And on the base, what I did with it, on the base, I did some stuff on the base to make it more stable. So it's even though it's broken, it's still very stable because this thing is fired. So it's a very fascinating piece, and I just really enjoy it a lot. And there's this one interesting thing that went on right here. You can see that there's this coloration right here, this overall coloration. And right here, it peeled off and folded back. And I don't want to touch it because it's very fragile, but there's that piece right there is just like a leaf that's sticking to the surface. And then you got this beautiful glaze thing that happened here. And there's no glaze. There's no official what a potter or a ceramics person would consider a glaze. I guess it's a glaze. If it does that, it's a glaze. But it's not something that you would ordinarily use as a glaze. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what it is. Because the way that I worked on this thing, I should have done it differently, but I do it the way I do it. So this is a very, very beautiful piece, and I'm very happy about it. I'm thrilled with it. So I thought I would share that with you. And that's what I did. Now, the thing is about that piece, here's my kiln. I did all this stuff to it, and I started firing it. And it started putting out this gas that was just, I couldn't even stand it. I had to literally leave the house. I could have turned the kiln off, but I said, forget it. You know, I was already into it. And so I just left the house. And I came back, and it blew out. That section blew out. Here's one of the pieces. And it's, you know, it's similar to what's on there, but when I came back and the process had been completed, there was not the gas had all burned off, and so what I did was that I fired it for another 2.5 hours, I think, at high. And you can see the difference in the coloration between this material here and the interior material. So it continued the process. You know, it's a big difference, big color difference. So it vitrified, I think, more. I don't know what it went up to. That's one of the things about this kiln. It is a kiln sitter, so it's hard to determine what the temperature is. So I'll have to get some kiln what do they call? I don't know what they're called. Firing cones. Look how interesting that thing is. That's a piece that broke off. So I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. And so what I have to do now is I have to go ahead and get a real thick electrical cord, and I'm going to run an extension cord. This is a pretty long cord here. This is probably about at least a 10-foot cord. So this cord will probably get me outside. Well, it'll get me yeah. This cord right here will get me. I'm going to take it and put the kiln outside, and then run the cord through this window and then into my studio. So it'll be about probably a 15, I might make a 15-foot cord, whatever it's going to take. That's what I'm going to use. And then I'll do the firing on the porch outdoors, and then that way I don't have to worry about being freaking gassed to death. I mean, it was like I literally had to leave the house. It was that bad. I know you don't feel sorry for me. I know you don't care that I almost gassed myself to death. You don't care. No, you don't care. I mean, I started getting dizzy. And I started leaning over my chair. And then I started leaning really over my chair, and then the chair came out from underneath me, and I fell over, and then luckily I hit a glass of water, and it splashed on my face, and then I jumped up and ran out of the house. But you don't care. Nobody cares. But maybe you'll care about this, because this is really so. Oh, look at this thing. I got this the other day. This is either from the 40s or the 50s. See, it says Sunshine State. New Mexico has not been known as the Sunshine State for years and years and years. And this is a tablecloth, a little tablecloth I got at a yard sale. You know, it is really something fun. This is really cool. I like it. And what is that up there? I don't know what that is. Oh, it looks like Taos or something. Yeah. So it's a fun thing to have. And so this is on my way to show you that other thing. I'm showing you this. So this thing right here, that thing right there is looks like it's from India. It's a skirt. And now it's part of my curtain that I used to keep the light out in the summertime. There's the first thing that the video started off was this little tile right here. And then there's this tile. That is a very interesting tile. Handmade. It's a lot different in size. The width of it's different. These are from Mexico. And this is a pretty old tile because it's all hand done. So it's interesting. But anyway, I wanted to just add this part to the video. It's too bad that I don't have a better situation. I do have a better situation. I've got another camera I can use. So I'll have to start doing that if I want to show these pieces better. So this is the first piece. And I think it's quite appropriate that it just blew up. I really like the way it turned out though. I really do. I mean, this is wabi-sabi. To me, it's wabi-sabi. I'm not sure. It's not a useful thing. You can't put water in this. Well, you could, but it wouldn't hold anything. So I'm real happy with it. So that's that. Ouch. Coffee cup is hot. This is a nice little great thing I went down and was doing some research at a place where I got these tiles. And what I was doing, wipe this off. What I was doing was I was trying to find some examples of this, and after I was there I realized that this is a very old piece, and that, well, relatively speaking, it's old. I was looking to find some ceramics like this, but the new pieces that they're making in Mexico don't have this handmade feel, and the stuff that I was seeing, it almost looks like it was made in China. I mean, this is made in Mexico, but the other stuff I saw was just, I mean, it was just too perfect. It was just too good. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that it was made in China. I'm just saying it didn't have that sort of handmade feel. I mean, that has a handmade feel right there. And that's more what I'm interested in. I'm not so much interested in the perfect, as you can well see in this and in that and in that and in this. Okay, now that there's some space in the camera, I'm Hella Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.